The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mohsen Zia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available on Amazon.
The Mike Wagner Show, also brought to you by The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, available on Amazon, highlighting the Book of David.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mohsen Zia, Missing, available on Amazon, paperback and ebook, coming soon, Missing 2, Double Suspense, Double of Fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by a Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of David, including Thursday's Quiz of Pains and King David Psalms. Check out the journey of David on the Sweet Psalmist on Amazon, keyword Sweet Psalmist Serena Wagner. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, 50 podcast platforms, 110 countries. Also, follow us on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and also on BitChute, Rumble, Apple Music, also iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and more. We're here with a wonderful lady who is a multi-talented film and stage director and author and world-renowned acting coach, and taught for 27 years. We'll talk more about that. Taught the Golden Box acting with workshops worldwide, and also worked with Henry Cavill, Gerard Butler, Zoe Deschanel, and also Penelope Cruz, Salma Hayek, Chris Rock, and more. And the founding director of Creative Center for the Arts, as artistic director at the Edgemar Center for the Arts, and directed over 30 plays and musicals in New York and Los Angeles. Has a new movie out about the story of an Italian-American family consisting of a fiery matriarch, an oafish husband, a charming son, and an ex-girlfriend. We'll talk about it with the Italians. Live, ladies and gentlemen, at Plus Studios in beautiful downtown New York City, the amazing multi-talented film, stage, director, author, and world-renowned acting coach, and of the Italians, the amazing Michelle Danner. Michelle, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Well, it's great to have you on board, Michelle. So you're a multi-talented film, stage director, author, and also world-renowned acting coach, taught for 27 years. You taught the Golden Box acting workshops worldwide and worked with a number of actors and actresses like Henry Cavill, Gerard Butler, also Penelope Cruz, Chris Rock, and more. You're also founding director of the Creative Center for the Arts, artistic director at the Edgemar Center for the Arts, directed over 30 plays in New York and Los Angeles. You have a new movie that's out right now about a fiery matriarch, an oafish husband, and a charming a charming son and his ex-girlfriend, about lessons that must be learned, sacrificed to maintain and improve relationships. It's called The Italians. Before getting on to Michelle, tell us how I first got started.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Go way back, Michelle, way back. Into the TARDIS, good Dr. TARDIS.
Fun to be on your show.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us how you got started.
How did I get started? Well,
Yes.
I think my dad, was an inspiration. He opened the very first offices in Paris and France of the William Morris Agency, which now is the William Morris Endeavor, in the 60s. And
Okay.
I was, daddy's little girl for sure. I was very close to my father. He would take me to work. I'd play under his desk. And I was always there where all these big stars would come in and talk about their careers and talk about their lives. And I went to museums and read a lot of books and went to the theater. And that's, all of that was an inspiration for me to do what I'm doing today.
Certainly did. And was that what exact precise moment that simply influenced you into what you do in the rest of your career?
I think it's performances that blew me away. Whether I cut class to go on the Champs-Élysées to watch Young Frankenstein.
Nice.
Wilder,
Or one of my favorites, yes.
Or whether when I was a teenager, I was in New York and I went to see Kathy Bates in, what was the name of that play? Good Night, Mother? And Dreamgirls with Jennifer Holliday. I think whether it was in the theater or was in the movies, I always, so many performances, spoke to me and wanted me to use myself creatively in that way.
Certainly did as well too. And who are some of your favorite actors, actresses, and producers growing up, or directors?
Well, I think we have the list. We all have the list. I always say Meryl Streep and Daniel Day-Lewis are not on the list. They're above the list. They define the list. But I love so many. They say you don't have a favorite actor. You have favorite performances. I mentioned to you yesterday I went to see a Broadway show. It was the closing matinee, actually, of the Portrait of Dorian Gray with Sarah Snook, who won the Tony Award this year. And that just, blew me away with an extraordinary performance. I love going to the theater, and I love watching movies. And I'm watching some older movies right now. Groundhog Day the other day.
Oh, Bill Murray. Yes, that's a really good one. I've always been a Bill Murray
Good
fan.
one, because I'm preparing to direct a romantic comedy. And so I'm watching older romantic comedies, new romantic comedies. Whenever you're getting ready to direct something, you really have to be in that preparation mode. And on that note, I'm in New York City tonight, and I went to the Upright Citizens Brigade comedic show, which was hilarious. These wonderful actors were improving. It's gold, pure improvisational gold.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing! And what do you plan on going to see right after this, and also tomorrow?
John Proctor is the villain, that one on Wednesday, and then I'm going to see Purpose, which won the Tony, and then the Pirates of, I think, Penzance, the musical about the pirates. So we tried to see as much as possible. The last 3 movies that I saw in the movie theater was 28 years later, Danny Boyle.
Oh,
Sinners,
yes.
the movie Sinners, and my absolute favorite, was The Life of Chuck, Mike Flanagan. I loved that movie.
Oh, nice. Okay, we've got a lot to cover when it comes to movies. You've been yourself. You also been Miranda's a victim. Hello, Herman, the bandit horde, and everything like that. And we'll also be talking about the Italians and more with the amazing Michelle Danner. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those love be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson Zia has gone great reviews. And Eve 11 and George by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes. Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon. Coming soon, Missing 2 by Mia Molson Zia, double the suspense, double the fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of David, including 30 exquisite pains and King David's Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist gives new perspective of David through the Psalms he wrote, and as the time of Shepherd started, and complicated yet turbulent relationship with King Saul. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, hope, and more. Check out the Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keyword Sweet Psalmist Serena Wagner. Also check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. 50 podcast platforms, 110 countries. Take us with you on any mobile device. Follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Also on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, BitChute, Rumble, YouTube, and more. And for great gift ideas, T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. That's the keywords, the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson Zia. Great books, merchandise, and more. And support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWintersShow.com. You're here with the amazing multi-talented film stage director, author, and world-renowned acting coach, and has been teaching for 27 years, Michelle Denner, here on the Mike Winters Show. Before getting to Italians, which is your latest project, and playing one of the roles as well, too, that you worked with a number of amazing people like Gerard Butler, Zooey Deschanel, Penelope Cruz, and more. And tell us about some of those.
Well, I've been lucky enough to work with some wonderful actors. You mentioned a movie, Miranda's Victim, that people can watch. It's on different platforms, including Hulu. And I had the honor of working with Donald Sutherland.
Nice.
Which was the highlight, one of the absolute highlights of my career. And I've been lucky to work with so many incredible actors. And I like to work with actors over and over again. This movie, The Italians, I've worked with an actor called Rob Estes, who's quite wonderful. He plays Vincenzo. And Matthew Daddario, who I'm about. Both Rob and Matthew are going to be in the next movie that I'm going to direct.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Starstruck. And I also, the incomparable Leni Kazan is in The Italians. And Abigail Breslin, who was the lead in Miranda's Victim, is also in The Italians. So I've always, surround a project with the best cast that I can find. And I'm lucky enough to have these incredibly talented actors, who come and tell a story.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the Italians being about the story of the Italian-American of Italia family, consisting of a fire matriarch, which is you, an oafish husband, and a charming son and his ex-girlfriend, about lessons learned as well. So I got to look at that and went, oh my gosh, it's like, I don't know how to describe it though.
Well, it's a fun movie about what it's like to meet your son's girlfriend, your only son's girlfriend, when you're an Italian family, a traditional Italian family for the first time. It's a comedy. And a lot of it, might make you hungry because there's these great Italian dishes on the table. Our wonderful production designer, Alessandra Manias, prepared all the food, and people commented, all the actors commented how good the food was. They couldn't wait to come and sit at the table and eat. And everybody that's watched the movie said, they say it makes them hungry. But it's really about family, and there's wonderful themes that spoke to me that run through the story, which is about the love of family, and no matter how crazy they are, forgiveness and legacy, and how people will stay with you even after they leave us. They're always with you. So I love what the movie's about. I love the cast that's telling the story. I think people have laughed a lot, and we did a great, theatrical festival circuit. People laughed, and people, were moved, and a lot of people are watching it. We're exclusively on Amazon right now. So you can rent it on Amazon, and very soon, in a month from now, we'll be on Amazon Canada. And then little by little, it'll be released on different platforms. But right now, exclusively, it's on Amazon.
That is so amazing what you have. And you talked about earlier that, how the movie spoke to you in several ways. How did it manage to speak to you besides about having family and everything like that? What are some of the things that really touched you and really spoke to you in other ways?
In the movie?
Yes.
Well, working with Leni Kazan, I have to tell you, really, there was one scene that where the daughter has to forgive her mother and let go, of grudges that they've held on for years. And my son was helping me on the movie set. And we shot 3 takes of it, and they were emotional. And at the end of the 3rd take, my son came and looked at me and put a hand on his heart and said no words and just looked at me. And I'll always remember that moment. And I'll always remember looking at Leni's eyes, and she had tears in her eyes. It was just a beautiful moment.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing as well, too. And I think the funniest part is that they said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm vegan. So I don't give away too much of it, but that's, no, I'm sorry, no meatballs for me, I'm vegan. So.
Yes, that's Abigail Breslin's, a scene where that when the girlfriend gets introduced to the mother, and she doesn't really want to eat too much of her cooking, and definitely not meat. But that's the least of her problems. She's a divorcee. She doesn't go to church. She's not Catholic. She doesn't want children. She's been seeing her son behind her back, and she instantly dislikes her. In my family, you never quite knew when the spaghetti was going to fly, because my family was tempestuous and passionate. You just sat there and you thought, somebody's going to pick a fight. Something's going to happen. The spaghetti's going to fly. And then eventually it did.
The spaghetti flying. I love that expression. I think that should be used when, both teams go out when it comes to football, hockey, or anything like that. Giants or Jets. It's like Super Bowl. Let the spaghetti fly. I like that one.
Yeah. But, when you make a movie, you have a lot of stories and you become a family. For the short period of time that you're together telling the story, you bond with people. And if you like each other, you bond even more. And so the family, this is a movie about a family and the family that came together to make the story about the family really liked each other and liked being there. And I think that that's something that comes across in the movie. People were happy to be there. They were happy to make this movie.
Mm-hmm. And it sounded like it too. It makes you a part of family, makes you want to eat after lunch. I was ready to hungry. I was ready to go through a screen and get that spaghetti too. So.
Exactly. A lot of people have said that. And I should not forget that wonderful David DeLuise, his father, Tom DeLuise, wrote a great cookbook. He was also part of the family. He was there, wonderful actor. Perry Reeves, who is Mrs. Ari and Entourage and many other, roles that she's played, was there. And Olivia Lucardi, a wonderful young actress, was there as well. So yeah, it was, it's so great to be able to have these actors want to come play for a little while.
That's interesting. You mentioned about David DeLuise and his dad, Dom. I remember watching Dom DeLuise back in the day and having a cookbook. He was just a terrific chef, and I almost got a hold of his cookbook, and I wish I did. And, talk about cooking and everything. What's your favorite Italian foods? What's your favorite dish?
My favorite dish is eggplant parmesan.
Oh, nice.
Yes, that's my favorite dish.
Okay, and of course you also have more dishes as well too that you have a lot as well. You also been in some other ones too, and I think we mentioned Hello Herman and also Bad Impulse, and I think those also one of your first ones is How to Go on a Date in Queens. Tell us about that one.
How to Go Out on a Date in Queens is the first movie that I did. I also was lucky enough to have a cast like Jason Alexander, Ron Perlman, Isai Morales. I'm blanking a little bit. Rob Estes was in it, Brian Drillinger. I had just a great cast to come and tell that story. That was a movie that I loved making, and it was followed by Hello Herman with Norman Reedus. And then I made a psychological thriller, Bad Impulse. And then I made a movie called The Runner, which I loved, which won a lot of awards on the festival circuit. And then Miranda's Victim was an important movie that I made because it was about how the Miranda rights came about. And nobody had told that story.
Oh, really?
So I was very excited to be able to tell that story. And after that, I did The Italians after Miranda's Victim. After that, I went to Italy. And I shot a romantic comedy called Under the Stars with Andy Garcia, Toni Collette, and I'm post-production for that. And now,
is that one coming up, Under the Stars?
Under the Stars is the next movie that's going to come out. And I'm going to shoot this movie, Starstruck. And then there's a few that are in pre-production, the sci-fi thriller that I love called Helios, that we're going to shoot before the end of the year, and some movies that I'm attached to for next year. So it looks like I'm going to be telling stories for the next few years.
Sounds like an amazing storyteller. And there's one thing that just kind of slipped my mind. How'd you first come up with the thing with the Italians, and how'd you first get started on it? Or was
I'm glad you asked me that question. Lisa Phillips Visca, a wonderful writer, brought me the script. It was in play form. We did a reading of it at the theater that I am the artistic director of, and it went really well. The story had a lot of heart, and I asked her to write the screenplay, which she did. And I should also mention to you, just because we talked a lot about food, and that we're putting finishing touches on a recipe book, a very special.
Oh, nice.
With recipes handed down from generations, with secrets. And that's going to come out in the next few months. And it's going to be based on the Italian. So there'll be a recipe book that'll be out there.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry for that. I'd like to talk to you more about that. You also appear on a couple of network shows. I get that mint with Michelle Danner. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Missing, The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on a life of Dave, including theories, quiz of pains, and King David Psalms, Amazon.com, keyword Sweet Psalmist Serena Wagner. We'll be back with you, multi-talented film, stage director, and teacher of 27 years, Michelle Danner of the Italians, after this time.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey there, Dana Alexa here, American News anchor. Hey, let me ask you something real quick. Why do you read a book? You're buying a story, a thought, a message. And a good book entertains and inspires. And that's exactly what Missing by award-winning author Mian Zia does. I have his book right here. And it's based on real events with relatable characters that hook you from start to finish. I personally love this book. It's super powerful and meaningful. You can actually get it on Amazon right now.
The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Serena Wagner's book, The Sweet Psalmist, now available on Amazon. This book includes 30 exquisite paintings by well-known and unknown painters and King David Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist gives us a new perspective on his life in this book. Through the Psalms he wrote, his time as a shepherd in the field is where the book starts, and it goes on to describe his complicated and turbulent relationship with King Saul as well as other events. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, and more. It also offers advice on approaching God and living a life that pleases him. Check out the book, The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, now available on Amazon. Keywords, Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to the Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back, amazing multi-talented Michelle Danner of the Mike Wagner Show here in the Italians. And before we get to, talk a bit more about that, you also were on the Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien and the Starlet on WB. Tell us more about those.
Yeah, those were a while back. But when Conan had the Tonight Show, and I'm so glad that he was so incredible hosting the Oscars this year. I was on that show, and it was a little bit with Andy Rickner. It was fun. And then, I did a reality show called The Starlet with all these young actresses, these aspiring young actresses. This was a very long time ago.
Oh, wow.
And but it was fun. It was fun as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you also get to teach some actors, upcoming actresses, and everything else that you'll talk Golden Box acting and also worldwide. And you also find director of Creative Center for the Arts as well. And, tell us about, the Golden Box acting. You also have a number of influence as well, too, in teachings. I think it's Stravinsky. Yeah. Stanislavski.
Yes,
I'm trying to read the handwriting from my producer here. So Meisner, Strasberg, and more.
Yeah, so the Golden Box is a methodology. It's a philosophy that I teach in acting to actors, but also directors take the class, and writers and producers. Basically, I believe that there's many different techniques that actors today have to study and then put together a toolbox that they call their very own personal toolbox called the Golden Box. And there's a master class that I teach both in Los Angeles, in New York, and also internationally. As a matter of fact, right after I finish shooting in a few weeks, I'll be getting on a plane and I will be teaching in Tokyo, in Japan.
Nice.
And I'll be teaching the Golden Box in Australia and Queensland, which I'm, you can't imagine how thrilled I am to travel to those countries. I've been to Australia before, but I've never been to Japan. So I'm going to explore Japan, Tokyo, and teach. I love meeting actors of different nationalities from all over the world. I studied with Stella Adler a long time ago, and I remember that she said, you have to be able to go up to any artist in the world and introduce yourself to them and say, hi, I'm an actor. Would you like to have a cup of coffee? And just
good one. I like that.
Bond and connect and exchange ideas, exchange experiences. So I loved that idea, and I've done that. I went to teach several times in Istanbul, in Turkey. I found myself in coffee shops in Istanbul, in Colombia, Bogota, in Paris, France, doing exactly what Stella Adler said years ago that artists should do. So I love traveling. I love sharing the knowledge that I have. I was lucky enough to study with Stella Adler, to study with Uta Hagen, to study with Herbert Bergdorf, Stephen Strimpel, many great teachers. And so all of the teachings that I have, amalgamated in a philosophy that is not restrictive. I really believe people need to tap into, it's called progressive education, into different philosophies and put together a way of working that works for them.
That is rather interesting. And of course, it made me think of back in the day with the method acting as well, too. That was prominent a while back.
Yes, absolutely.
And taking the whole new level. You're going to say something? I'm sorry.
No. That, everybody, but people believe in method acting. People believe in different, in the Meisner. I think it behooves actors to study everything so that they take a little bit from here, a little bit from here, a little bit from there, and they find, their own way of approaching it.
That's rather interesting. In fact, when you said something about, meeting for coffee, you mentioned about places in Istanbul, Paris, and some of the other places. Which part of the country you thought had the best coffee and why?
Italy, always Italy. Italy has the best food and the best coffee. I don't know why. I don't know. I think that maybe it's the way people produce, in the farms, people produce the food. They do it in a very specific way, and they care a lot, and it's not mass produced. I know that when I was shooting this movie, this last movie I did, Under the Star, I went to the supermarket and I bought, different groceries, and I went back to the villa I was staying at, and I cooked, and I told everybody, this is like the best food that I've ever had.
Oh my gosh, that is so nice. I'm definitely hungry for that one. You have to send me the cookbook. I have to come back on for the cookbook. So remind me of that and keep me hungry, will you?
Yes, I will.
Definitely as well, too. In the meantime, where can we find the Italians Now It Works at, Michelle?
So the Italians, you can watch it, Amazon Prime, exclusively right now. That's the only place you can watch it. And it'll be on Amazon Prime in August in Canada. And then in the fall, it'll be on Vudu, on Apple Play, Google Play, Apple TV, other platforms.
Okay, and what's your website and how do people get a hold of you?
The website is michelledanner.com. The Los Angeles Acting Conservatory. We have several websites. The Michelle Danner Acting Studio, all in films, if you want to find out about the movies.
Okay, we'll certainly check that out as well, too. With the amazing multi-talent Michelle Danner of the Italians here on the Mike Wagner Show. Michelle, just a few more things. What else can we expect in 2025 and beyond? Besides the movies that you had, talked about everything, what else can we expect, even heading up to 2026?
Well, I'm going to make, as many movies as I can. And I'm finishing an acting book called The Golden Box. I'm finishing the recipe book on the Italians. I'm going to be traveling. And there's a movie that's going to come out called Under the Stars that I've directed. And so, lots to come. I think lots and lots to come.
Certainly amazing as well, too. And catching all the plays all over the world, too. That's another on the bucket list, too. So
that's right.
And I forgot to ask you something. If there was one play that you had to see before you went, what would that be?
Before I went where?
Before you went to heaven or something. What was the one play that you would really want to see?
I thought that's what you meant. Well, I'm seeing them right now. I come to New York, I see 7, 10 plays. I see as much as I can. This last a holiday here, I loved seeing Sunset Boulevard, and I loved seeing maybe Happy Ending, and they both won the Tony.
Nice.
I feel like I have a knack of finding the things to watch that end up, winning. I was at the Cannes Film Festival last month, and I saw all the movies that won there. So, I mean, I don't know, I think I get to see so much, whether I'm in LA, whether I'm in New York. I always go and I see, and in LA, I just saw something, The Matrix, with an immersive LED screen experience.
Nice.
Always looking for new experiences. And so, you only have that one life to live that we know of. And so you have to make the most out of it.
And that's really true indeed as well. Who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Well, Steven Spielberg is certainly a director that I look up to. Bertolucci, Fellini, Mike Leigh, the English director, Woody Allen, Robert Altman.
Nice.
There are many, there's many great directors. I watch, like I said, a lot, and always feel very lucky. We're so privileged to have so many, great movies to watch and some great TV shows to watch, and the theater.
Okay. And very proud as well. What's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Don't be in such a rush to be on the fast lane. Slow down. That was actually advice that was given to me by my father. And I didn't understand what he meant at the time. But I do today. I really understand what he means. It's so, there's so many wonderful, rich, full things to do all the time. It's that you can get on that fast lane, not because, you're rushing, but because you want to do so much, because you have a hunger for life. And that's great. That kind of passion is great. But also, you have to find the balance.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the most important thing as well, too. Here with the multi-film Michelle Danner of the Italians here on the Mike Wagner Show. Michelle, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Learned a lot. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out the works?
Thank you. Yeah, the Italian Amazon. Thank you.
Website?
Oh, the website, Michelle Danner Acting Studio, the Los Angeles Acting Conservatory. And it's Michelle Danner LA on Instagram, and Actors International.
And the Italians, where can they find it at?
Amazon Prime exclusively.
We will certainly check that out. Once again, Michelle, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'll have you back. We wish you all the best. And Michelle, you definitely have a great future ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Have a wonderful evening. Take care.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey there, Dana Alexa here, American News anchor. Hey, let me ask you something real quick. Why do you read a book? You're buying a story, a thought, a message. And a good book entertains and inspires. And that's exactly what Missing by award-winning author Mian Zia does. I have his book right here. And it's based on real events with relatable characters that hook you from start to finish. I personally love this book. It's super powerful and meaningful. You can actually get it on Amazon right now.
The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Serena Wagner's book, The Sweet Psalmist, now available on Amazon. This book includes 30 exquisite paintings by well-known and unknown painters and King David Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist gives us a new perspective on his life in this book. Through the Psalms he wrote, his time as a shepherd in the field is where the book starts, and it goes on to describe his complicated and turbulent relationship with King Saul as well as other events. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, and more. It also offers advice on approaching God and living a life that pleases him. Check out the book, The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, now available on Amazon. Keywords, Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.